great opportunity for him. He's highly rated by everybody involved with Australian cricket. And the likes of Matthew Hayden and Michael Slater will be looking over their shoulders, because when Stephen Waugh returns to this team, whether it be at the Oval or for the New Zealand series later in the year, Simon Katich will be knocking on the door. There's no doubt about that. He's had a brilliant first-class tour with this Australian party. Overseas player for Durham County Cricket Club. Andrew Katich, the most successful of the England bowlers. He's got 3 for 97. Alex Tudor, the only wicket taker. 12 expensive overs from Tudor. 1 for 69. Now, England will have thought long and hard about their performance yesterday, which was substandard in the extreme. And they've got to do a lot better. And they've got to do a lot better quickly in this first session. They really need to pick up at least 3 wickets in this first session to have any chance in this match. If Australia get up to and beyond 350, I think England can safely say they'll be 4-0 down at the end of this match.
Right, gentlemen.
Umpire David Shepherd says, all right, gentlemen, play. We're ready for the start of day 2 of the 4th N-Power Ashes Test. Well, that wasn't an improvement, was it, David?
No, I'm sure that they'll have regrouped England and looked at the pitch, and you can clearly see that where the ball has been pitching, the ball marks, it's almost like a blunderbuss, a scattergun, with the pitch marks all over this surface. You can see how dry it is. We talked yesterday at length about how dry the pitch is and how bare at the ends. But the pitch is also indented by the England bowlers. You notice that the pitch is bruised. It's almost as if the ball's pitched and left sort of saucer marks, which will harden up as the game progresses. It's quite sunny this morning. It's overcast at the minute, but there is blue sky. I know that Australia looked at the pitch with interest this morning at the indentations.
End of that over, still 288 for 4. Many England batsmen arrive for Headingley test matches in trepidation. Not this man, though. Steve Waugh got an average of over 300 batting at Headingley, and he will have been very disappointed to have missed out. But good to see him having a gentle net this morning. He's been working very hard at the team hotel. He's in the gym by 7:15 and swimming by 7:45. Desperate to get fit for that last Oval Test, where he will briefly get his hands on that little Ashes urn. But not for long. The MCC will quickly lock it up again in the museum. Steve Waugh's not the only batsman who enjoys batting here either. Australia's first innings scores in the last 20 years are quite amazing. 401 for 9 back in 1981. Slumped to 331 in their first innings in 1985. Then Steve Waugh contributed to 601 for 7 in 1989. 653 no less for 4 in 1993. And a mere 501 for 9 4 years ago in 1997. I wonder what it's going to be in 2001.
Well, they're unfinished at 299 for 4. I feel that the team would be looking for 400 as a minimum score. 450 would be very, very useful. So Australia don't mind Headingley at all.
Katich not yet off the mark. 299 for 4.
They just don't have a part in international cricket against the calibre of the bowlers that you will come up against, international bowlers. And I agree with you that too much one-day cricket in England is not the way to bring on international performers. I've not always been of that opinion, but I'm fast coming round to it that it's not breeding our international players at the highest level. Full house for the first 4 days of this Headingley Test match. Better weather today, much better.
Well, that's a very pleasing way to make your first Test match runs. Over pitch from Katich, and that boundary from Simon Katich brings up the Australian 300.
So that's one milestone for the team and for Katich. No better way than to get off the mark. Very pleasant shot through extra cover. And just again, just to emphasise the point that we're talking about, it's a full face shot played properly. Very consistent after that first 50 in 92 balls. Third 50 came in 49. Like to score quickly, Australia. Run rate of 4.3.
Incredible, really, David. The overall run rate for Australia in this Ashes campaign is 4.2 runs an over. That's almost incredible, isn't it?
It's definitely a game plan too, and on the other end of the scale, England would talk about bowlers who give control. I don't buy that. I think you'd expect international bowlers to have control, but you're in the side to take wickets. I think it's a combination of both that you're looking for as a requirement in an international bowler. A change of angle now for Andrew Katich as he goes round the wicket from the football stand end.
Don't often see Katich bowling round the wicket. Not that comfortable doing it. Andrew Katich has been easily England's most successful bowler in this series. But his wickets have come at some cost. 3 centuries there for Katich already. Well left by Katich. 303 for 4.
Simon Katich on 4, just one boundary to his name, but a beautifully struck one. Got him off the mark in fine style. One will do. Both these batsmen from West Australia, both playing that very successful West Australians every year, very successfully. And the likes of Tom Moody, I'm told, Brendan Julian, Joe Angel, Bruce Yarder, they've all played at Middle and Guildford over the years. 3:21 for 4.
They all played after you.
Yeah, a lot of them did. And actually, while we're at it, Alex Stewart, he's played out there a couple of seasons at least, I think, and enjoyed himself.
I think he played quite a few years out there, Alec. I think it'd be nearer 10 than 2. Looks like there's cricket there. Well, it will do. There's no doubt about that. But it can also disappear at a rate of knock because it comes on that little bit quicker. The hardness of the ball. I think England would really like to get rid of Damien Martyn, ideally, in the next 3.5 overs. If that doesn't happen, then I think they have no choice, though. They've got to take it. But they'll have to bowl well. If they bowl short and wide, as they did yesterday. They bowled well in the initial few overs and then got carried away with short and wide deliveries.
Well, they're obviously going to take it, I'm sure, because the spells of 4 overs and 3 overs respectively of Gough and Katich mean that there was an early attempt to try and find a wicket, didn't succeed, bring them out the attack, they're ready and waiting to come back with the new ball. It should be that simple. Just under 4 overs time now. Just watching Simon Katich here. There are in the stance, and that could be worth an awful lot of runs. Feeling for it there, Simon Katich. So has seen one past the outside edge of Damien Martyn's bat, one now past the outside edge of Simon Katich's bat. Just a wee bit wide.
A little frustrated. He's had 24 deliveries now just for 6 runs. He's seen the ball in general going to the boundary at the other end. Leaving that one well alone. Maybe feels that he should be pushing on. Really, all he's got to do is just play, because the man at the other end is scoring. It's his first game at this level. Play, get used to the arena. And more often than not, the more you stay out there, the more you enjoy it.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because I'm sure that anyone who's ever played Test cricket will look back and think of times where that keenness to get on with it cost him a wicket, and yet here we are, start of the second day, so much time left. Australia, of course, have made a point of keeping the scoreboard ticking over in all their Test cricket over the last few years. We heard the statistic earlier this morning. They're at something like 4.2 runs per over throughout the series here. It shouldn't worry Simon Katich that his strike rate, for what it's worth, is 23 runs per 100 balls at the moment. It's slow by the standards of his team in the game, but he's playing his first Test match. He's in at the start of the day, which inevitably, or usually anyway, runs don't come quite so easily this first hour or so. All the bowlers are fresh. There's that, one hopes, new sense of determination to make something out of this second day from England. Although, as yet, of course, no wickets have fallen on this second morning. Starting the day on 288 for 4. On now to 322 for 4. Just remember how Mark Waugh came in yesterday. Played very much within himself and very comfortably and with no pressure on himself, that is, to up the run rate, while Ricky Ponting was in such fine form. Same thing applies now. Damien Martyn striking the ball well. Simon Katich just has to hang in there, get the hang of it, enjoy himself, and be there in 4 hours' time.
And there's the man in the right of your picture, mixed in. And Gilchrist. Any dull moments while he's at the crease. Guaranteed that.
Wide ball to finish. That's a maiden. 322 for 4. So short leg is in there. 2 slips, 2 gullies. Let's see what happens. That's beautifully played. All timing, that's going to run away down the hill. Well, second new ball going well for Australia on the evidence of this first over with it. 5 balls delivered. It's up to 10 runs off the over already. And just look at this for a shot. Nice balance from Simon Katich. Beautifully played.
Well, that's what saying, made the choice.
Well, it's like all decisions that captains make, isn't it? You imagine the bowler is going to produce his best, and if it involves a couple of half volleys in 6 balls, we only had 5 so far, it's not quite what the captain imagined. 10 runs it is off that over. 81 overs bowled, first of them with the second new ball. 335 for 4 is the score, and with the drinks coming on the field, nice warm day here at Headingley after an hour's play.
Welcome back to viewers in Australia. Drinks weren't taken at the end of that first over. This is the second ball of Katich's over. You've only missed 1 ball. It was a single for Martin down to third man. Takes him on to 55. Things not boding particularly well for England this morning, Tomo.
No, it's well, the runs have still come freely. I mean, some people have said, oh, they've bowled better than that, but the runs have still come freely. It's that sort of pitch. If you give it the width it goes, they've bowled balls on the stumps that have given the players a fair bit of trouble.
It's 4. More width from Katich, and that's drilled through the covers by Katich. That'll give him a little bit more confidence. 3 4s though in his 15, and that brings up the 50 partnership.
Well, this is a good shot, this one. Absolutely hammers that. That's a saying there. Well, he got a hand on it too. I thought he stopped it at first, but it shows you how well he hit it. Simon Katich. 3 4s already in that 15. That's the sort of pitch it was. That's the sort of day it was yesterday with boundaries.
Yeah, 52 in the first hour this morning. Damien Martin, the senior partner in this partnership of 52, 36 runs in the partnership, 55 in all. Katich is 15 not out. All of those in the partnership, quite obviously. There's an interesting statement in the media from Andrew Katich this morning, Tomo. He thought that he was a little bit disappointed that the pitch that had been produced was a batsman's pitch, and he thought that England bowled okay yesterday.
Well, I did notice that that same paper had an article from another fellow in there who was absolutely, well, he must have been on drugs. He definitely wasn't watching the match I was watching, and he was whinging that how lucky Ricky Ponting was that he didn't get caught out. It was just a sheer luck that he thought it was, obviously thought it was out, and he was out for a duck, and they got away with it.
5 off the over. It's 340 for 4. Well left by Katich. I doubt he'll be troubled by anything short, playing at Perth. Used to leaving balls on length and seeing them bounce over the top of the stumps.
Well, he's a good puller as well. He doesn't mind a hook shot. It's not what I'd call his weakness. I'd probably put the jinx on him here now, but he looks like he wants to hang around there for a while, that's for sure. And they've got Gilchrist to follow these two.
Well, in truth, the short ball is hardly any Australian batsman's weakness. And it's amazed me that England's bowlers persevered with short pitch deliveries yesterday. There were far too many of them. Better over though from Andrew Katich, just a single from it. It's 354 for 4.
Didn't have a good day yesterday, really struggled. No, he's got to get in tandem here. Like I said before, they've got to be able to do it here together. Katich and Gough. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got 3 top batsmen here to work on. But if they don't do it here, well, I could just see a long day coming up. Well, a much better day for that man, if and when they get a bat. Weather-wise, that is, of course. Nice sunny day.
Oh, gone. Katich has left it. It's nipped back from just about an off-stump line and rattled his stumps. Gough gets a breakthrough and Katich has gone. England have waited a while for that.
Well, that's just what the doctor ordered there. Darren Gough getting one to move back off the seam there. And had it the Yorkshire crowd behind it. And that's exactly... That'll be interesting to see what it does now to his bowling, whether he gets that extra bit of pace. Here's the ball. Katich leaves that one. He's just picked that completely wrong there. Can't believe he's left that. Heard the death rattle. It's almost hit middle and off, not just off stump. So Katich on his way for 15.